Welcome to the U.K.E-liquid Mixing Show. It is Wednesday night and it's time for a little bit of mixing, a little bit of chat. We are missing a person at the moment. He's over with Aidan on the Three Men and Vape Show, but our own vaping guru will be with us in a little bit. So, and we're also missing our Vaping Jesus, which is Bobo from the Vapery. He's having a little bit of a holiday in a hot tub somewhere or something like that. I don't know, a log cabin or a boat. We're not 100% sure.
Dogging, I think he's dogging.
So yeah, so we haven't got Bobo. So you're stuck with me, Benny Vapes, and we've also got our own mixing detective, which is Liam Sherlock Holmes. We have got the chairman of the board, which is Kentucky Bill. And we've also got a special guest all the way from down south, which is Mr. Flatcap Vaper. Welcome.
Hello.
Or is it
having me?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, where am I? You're
you're
there, Bill.
You're just on the other side of me. Yeah, we're both. I'm below Liam. You're below Benny. So it's.
So yeah, I'll pop chat out because I haven't got chat out yet. So if you are on chat, do have a look at the top and change it from twat chat to live chat, and you'll keep up with everything that we are doing. And we are talking about coffee. Yeah, I know nothing about coffee, so that's me done.
And if you don't get enough coffee here, follow Liam later and you'll get more coffee.
Yeah,
yeah, right here, coffee.
Coffee.
This is very weak coffee. I don't like it real strong. You know?
I didn't know it was clear in the States.
Yeah,
everything's so different there.
It's a new brand.
Yeah, it's like the Coke Clear. They're finding coffee clear. It'll just be a massive flop and go back to how it was.
That's what you call getting up in the morning and you haven't had your first cup of coffee yet, and you go and you make it and you forget to put the coffee in the filter, and then when you pull the pot out and pour your cup, you just get a cup of hot water.
So we will go around and see what everybody's vaping on. We will start with our special guest, Mr. Flatcap.
Oh, yeah, special guest.
All right.
So, man, chaps. Okay, start with what I'm holding. It's the Steam Crave Glass Mini thingy on the Ultrona 4.2.
Look at that.
For my MTL action. And I've got some liquid mango unchained in there from Darkstar. I've got quite a buffet tonight. I'm well organised.
Oh, look at you.
Yes, if you put like the aromomizer on the Ultrona, that would sound like somebody that was like in space or something. The aromomizer on the Ultrona, that it will kill the aliens. You know?
Some crazy robot.
Hello. So here, as well, Mixing Guru, Net Reality is here with his sunglasses on, playing a bit of...
Yeah, so he must have been drinking, trying to hide the bloodshot eyes. That's basically what's going on.
So go on, guys. We're just going through a buffet. So I ain't got a buzzer, so I can't buzz you because I'm not signing.
Yeah.
Oh, that is savage. Anyway, next up, G-Vape Tallow X on the Pulse 2.
What do you think of that, guys? Because I was very much going to get the Pulse 2.
No, to be honest, I got it as a written review for Easy Click, and I never did a video on it because I was just like, because he got this bottom feel, but look, you can see already. See that juice on there? It actually leaks a little bit, and I'm a donut, so I'll kind of fill it up, but then juice starts dripping out of your dripper a little bit. So then you tip it that way, and then you realise you can put the lid on, so your liquid goes just stupid. Top side. I've got some Zeus juice, Atlantis in there. Then I'm on the Hell Vape Aries 120 new mod, their first regulated mod from Hell Vape.
Yeah, what's it like?
It's nice, it's pretty decent. It's a unibody, so it's all one complete aluminium
and stainless steel in it.
Piece. So
aluminum.
Aluminum. Sorry, coffee and aluminum.
Coffee.
Do you know? A matter of fact, it is actually aluminum, not aluminium.
No,
it is.
No, don't say that, Bill.
No, I've looked into it.
Bill's just going to keep on going on about it all week.
I thought the guy actually named it aluminum and then thought that aluminium actually sounded better, so then renamed it to aluminium. So it is actually aluminium, not
the original name.
Because he renamed it.
No, the original name. Yeah, no tapbacks.
Yeah. Not a gas pump.
YY's launch on there, and I've got my code red from Darkstar. I could carry on with stuff, but no, I'm done. Do I pass it on, or does the boss do that?
Yeah, pass it on.
We'll go to Mr. Net Reality then.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, I'm on my normal, which is the Barrage with the Minikin 2 in, and in that I have my Raspberry Donut, which I've been constantly vaping on for the last 3 weeks. And for a change, I've got the Gaia with the blank on top, and in that, I'm still plowing my way through the OK Orange. Just for a complete different. Who hasn't been?
Bill.
And Bill.
I'll pass
And
it to
Liam.
Bill.
Liam and me.
Liam
And
hasn't
Gaz.
been,
You
and
can pass it back
Benny
to Gaz
hasn't
if you
been.
want.
Yeah, I'll go more.
Yeah, he's got more. He's got all kinds. Yeah. All right. Well, it's to carry on with that little thing that you're doing there on the Dominican 2. I have the Valerian 2 sub-ohm tank with some of your Charles Beguile, or as you like to call it, Beguile. And I also have the Evil Dildo with the Dead Rabbit V2. And in that, I have some of Disco's The Morning one. And I have the Gur with the Arbiter on it. And in that, I have Bill's Nuts. And I will throw it over to Liam.
The Grabiter.
The Arbiter.
I have my usual beaten and battered Tesla Invader 3 with profile 1.5 on top, and in that I have some Mr. Roboto, which is the salted caramel cheesecake, which I actually did mix up. It's been steeping for all of the day. It's actually tasting okay. I also have the Inikin MVP5, and on that I have another profile 1.5, and in that I am running the usual Beekeeper's Royal Reserve. Actually says honey roasted on there, which is it's a honey nut tobacco. And I have the Famo Vape Magma box with the Bonza RDA.
What happened when you just had one? What's happened?
Remember when he had one?
I got this one. That's
That's his
it.
game.
Everybody was bullying me, so I had to go out and find more. And in that, I'm running the last of my cookie butter. I will pass it over to Benny.
Thank you very much. I am on the Deco with the Arbiter. And in that, I've got some Kelly Kell's Unicorn Dessert Strawberry Cheesecake Delight, which is not too bad. I'm also on the Vaporesso GTX 80 Go, whatever it's called. And in that, I have got some Jam Tart from the Rochford Project, which is really nice. Nice. Yeah, I like that. And I'm also on the Aegis Solo with the ether on top, and inside that I've got some Christmas pipe from Best Cig Liquids. If you don't have a note, look at the top. Go over and check Andy out on Best Cig Liquid. Yeah, it's not over the top of you, mate. It's just over top of our heads here.
He looks like a
Go over and
fan.
check it out. I don't know if he's given us a discount code or anything.
Yeah, I'm just checking.
So Graham will let us know in a minute.
30% off till midnight with the code Bank Holiday.
So there you go.
The
Go
free
for-
short fill with every order if you mention the vape show in the checkout.
So you just put vape show in.
Bank Holiday.
Yeah, and then put
Yeah,
vape
but you
show.
have to mention
And
vape.
then mention the vape show in the comments and pick and you get a free short fill.
So there you go. So go over and check out 30% off with Bank Holiday. And if you do a little bit extra for us, if you do go into the checkout and you're checking out, just put in the comments vape show and you will get a free shortfall. So there you go. Can't do better than that. So go over and check it out. Like I says, net tobaccos are quite nice. So check them out. Lemon Jizz is lovely. So go check some of that out. So we will, before we start on Caw-fee, we will announce, Graham, you've got 2 days left, mate.
Oh no.
If you don't know what you talk about, you've been living under a rock.
I've been waking up at night thinking, oh, that could go wrong.
So Graham's Amatorium with his dodgy names.
Yeah.
Dodgy names.
Dodgy
Thank
names.
you for that.
Which is coming out on Friday. So keep an eye on it. We will drop the link in chat. If someone wants to drop it in chat to the Amatorium website, go over and check them out. When they're launched, go over and buy them. I've got mine. Well, I ain't got them. Postman's got them.
Are they still stuck with the postie?
You can't go pick them up anymore. You can't just go take your red card and pick them up. You've got to rearrange a date, so they're coming on Saturday.
Well, that should be all right.
So they'll be well steeped. So that'll be good.
Well, it's had a month delay, so they're really, really well steamed.
So yeah, if you don't know, Ben just put a DIY show with only 2 people vaping their own crap.
Well, actually,
mixes.
that's not right because
What's
I
this
was
crap?
vaping my mixes, Sherlock's vaping his mixes, Graham's vaping his mixes.
My mixes.
Yeah,
So
I-
you missed.
I mixed up some VG and some concentrate. What about?
Yeah.
I don't have stuff coming in, so I don't have time to mix. I do my own stuff.
Yeah. So 3 out of the 4 of us on the mixing show are vaping our own mixes.
There you go. So yeah, so we just got that out of the way. Go over and show him some love. Keep an eye on the site, and once the launch, go bombard his website and shut it down. So we will then go into panic mode when it's not working.
Yeah.
I'll be like that going, oh, I'll be drunk.
Yeah.
I'm drunk. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Just remember who your friends are when you're a millionaire.
Yeah.
That's all I've got to say. So we will let Liam go through chat, if you would, please.
Okay, in chat this week we have Michelle Hughes, Vapor Queen Becky, Free Rider Vapor, Lee the Vapor Anderson, Hey Up Me Duck, Jay Jarry, Scott Morrison, Paul Denby, and Flatcap Vapor, obviously, because he's on the show. Papa Jiggly, Mike Haynes, Vape Forever, Sean Lynch. And this is where I start losing it now.
Quick, everybody in chat, just put
Matt-
this so it goes up.
Martin Burke, Graham Spears, Rocky Tooney, Bucked on Funk, Jacob Vapor, Albert Valenti, Dion 78, Mark H, Sparks and Fly, Blazing Vape 75, Zippy Zone, it's like little elevator music while I read this out, isn't it?
Well, I figured we'd have some music fill in the empty holes while you were going. That way there'd be something there when you were standing there going, let's see here.
Graham Maberley, The Vaping Heat, Jackson Vape Reviews, and
Are they getting
put me off
smaller?
now with all the
those?
hemming. Benjay, Cheech Custard, and I think that's everybody. Apologies if I'm. Oh, and Shrek has just dropped in.
Did you mention Dean? Dean the Devil Vapor's in?
Yeah. Jaker Vapor.
Yeah, Devil Vapor as well. Yeah, I must have missed Devil Vapor.
Jacob
For some reason, when I'm scrolling through, when I get to the bottom of the chat, all of a sudden it jumps
It
and
just
just fills
jumps.
out.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's because everybody waits until you start reading the chat names and then they all
And-
type at one time.
And Tam's in as well.
yes.
So, also, if you would like a shout out next week, don't forget to put on the comments hashtag Replay Ranger, and you will get a little bumper like this. So we did have some replay rangers. We had a replay Ronnie from Mick at Late Night Vape Show. He likes to be called a replay Ronnie instead of replay ranger. We also had Pete Harper, which was a replay ranger. We also had Chris Hangeroff, which he was a replay ranger. So thank you very much for putting that in. You are all replay rangers.
Did you miss Shrek as well? And Gareth Shrek and
No,
Shrek,
he got him.
and Shrek Vape Reviews and Vaping with Shrek and Shrek
Yes.
and his vaping friends and all his other accounts.
And Shrek's on again. And,
And
I just turned YouTube on, there's Shrek.
and a pile of Shrek.
So we did have a question in chat from a young gentleman called Dean the Devil Vapor. He did put in, if I can find it, I did see it.
You put in tip, click the 3 dots above chat.
Yep.
and,
It says-
yeah, but that doesn't give you
Don't give everybody who
in
don't chat.
it. Yeah, no, just people who typed recently.
So Dean put in I just mixed up a turd with some water in the toilet. Am I a real mixing ad, Daddy?
Was that Capella turd or Flavor West?
If the water was blue, I've seen some that looks blue in the bottle, so that may be where, because we used to have blue water in our commode, you know. And I've seen some vape that's blue that looks like that, so I think it might be. You might be a mixer.
So we have got a question from Mr. Hooked on Funk. He's saying, question for the cast. I'm having trouble adding Subarum aromas to my ELR. Any tips? Yeah. Just put whatever you want in and someone will turn around and say...
Yeah. Use the vaping community instead of ELR. That's my tip. You know, use the VC calculator. You can put them in.
There's no kind of rule for a Salubrome. It's open brackets SA, close brackets, or open brackets Salubrome, all in one word, close brackets, or open brackets Salubrome base aromas. So you can have any of those because they just don't have any rules over there.
Oh, so there you go. So you won't get done.
Yeah.
Yeah. All you have to do is
just find it
when you find the flavor. So, for example, caramel solub is just click on
click the
recipes
slider
and just use the one that's been used in the most amount of recipes.
Well, yeah, but Bendy's done that and it don't work.
No, because then you get the flavour police saying, please, can you change your thing? You had a numpty. It needs to be like this to be on our database.
I've done it. And Graham's like, no, you put the wrong one in. I'm like, no, that was the top one. That was the most used one. And Graham's like, no, but it's this one you're looking for. I'm like, well, how the hell am I supposed to know it's the third one down? That's not even what I was seeing on the bottle.
Oh, you're really moany tonight.
Yeah, it's because you were late.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
if you'd have been here, we were bitching long before you got here. You just didn't catch all the
I was just hanging around with famous people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, you were with Mick? You were with Mick? He's famous, I hear. Yeah.
He's more famous than
Nevins.
Nevins,
he'll tell you, you know.
So we'll get into it. If you are new to this channel and you want anything answering, you got any questions, do put it in chat and we will answer them, or some mixers in chat will answer them because a few people in there that mix. So coffee, Mr. Gaz, what are you looking for in a Caw-fee?
Oh, do you want the whole story or do you want the condensed?
Oh,
You
so
can
you're
go
looking
back
for
from the beginning.
We got the whole story.
I can tell you the whole story.
milk?
I'll keep it condensed, but tell you the whole story at the same time. How about that?
Ah.
Basically, about a year ago, longer than that, I started mixing, and I want to make a coffee, but I'm mixing. I just not got the patience for it. I haven't got the time, that kind of stuff. It's all rubbish, really. But so I wanted to make a coffee flavor. So a friend of a friend, kind of who does a little bit of mixing or used to, made some, and they were dreadful. And then I kind of started searching around, tried loads. I mean, like loads of kind of normal stuff that's on the market, short fills and whatnot. I've tried probably 25 different types: iced lattes, caramel macchiatos, frappes, mochas, I've tried loads. I've tried loads and loads and loads. None of them have got to where I wanted to be. And I then more recently I got in touch with a company and they were going to make some. So we tried to kind of put some ideas together, sent me a couple of batches. I was like, no, nowhere near. I'm getting closer. No, miles away. Then I tried the Dripper Labs thing just to kind of see what I could get myself from that, whether I could kind of learn. So I've genuinely been on like a massive educational without actually mixing myself. And I'm still kind of going away. Now I've got another company who had actually been really helpful now. So I'm slowly getting there. But what I'm trying to accomplish basically is, I suppose the easiest way to describe it is almost like a milkshake experience. So it's more creamy and milky, but then you've still got not too sweet, but you've still got the sweetness, and then you've got the coffee. But what I find with the majority of coffees, and I think it's why a lot of people don't like coffees, is it's usually some people get like that burnt taste to it, too strong on the coffee bean. And even when I've had some mixes done, they've gone, I've put literally no coffee in that, and it's still just not coming through the right way. And I mean, I'm absolutely no expert. I'm guessing for coffee to be that smooth and soft, it needs a lot of other things to soften it. And I think maybe some people just haven't done that or don't do that. So Yeah, the idea is for a really creamy, smooth, almost milkshakey latte. But yeah, it's a bit tricky by the sounds of it. And I've genuinely I've gone through loads of different, like, people have tried things, and I've tried loads of different bottles, and some of the iced lattes are terrible. Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you guys, I know, Graham, I know we've spoken briefly before, and you've said that, you think you've got some. And I know Shrek in chat, he's got a few, and Simon62, a few people said, oh, I've got one that's really nice and smooth. So I know it's out there, but I don't know whether I'm just being too difficult.
No, but if you like what you like, don't you, at the end of the day? Do you know what I mean?
The thing is, it could always be your palate as well.
Yeah.
It could just be that your palate is very sensitive to coffee flavors.
Yeah.
Also, coffee is a really hard one to do. It's only recently there's quite a few decent coffee flavors come out.
Yeah, I genuinely think that I know that the whole vape experience I'm after is is possible, because I've had certain milkshakes and other desserty flavors that have had all that thick creaminess to it. Not creamy like condensed milk creamy, but they've been a smooth milky latte. But with I've had milkshakes and other things that are like that. But I just want to put that hint of coffee in it. And then I think some people will get on with that, because a lot of people go, no, don't like coffees. And I think it's because they're not getting the kind of flavor I'm trying to get to.
Yeah.
I think what you probably want to start looking into is like coffee liqueurs, as opposed to actually full on coffee vapes.
Yeah.
So like Vape Train coffee liqueur, which is a really nice one. Not very strong on the coffee, nice and smooth as well. Or something like tiramisu. I also hit that spot.
How do you say it, Graham?
I don't know. I have never heard of that.
You used to put it in your aromomizer, didn't you?
Tiramisu. There you go.
Hey!
Just don't think about it. Just don't think about it. Just say it.
So yeah, we did have Rocky Tooney put in SSA's one. There's a lot in chat tonight, so it's gone.
He said
past
at
me.
0.6%, and done. And then Zippy put in, but she wanted to put moose milk in it.
Yeah.
Zippy
Zip
said
saying,
6% latte and 2% moose milk.
Yeah.
And
Not mentioning Brazilian coffee, because I've claimed Brazilian coffee.
Maca, Rocky Tooney said Maca coffee SSA 0.6% done.
So that might.
So you
be
don't
it,
even
guys.
need to put VG and PG in it. You just put in
Bang in the
0.6%
concentrate.
Maca coffee, hit it.
So
It's done.
That might be a problem if they're pushing it too high and you don't want that full-on coffee taste.
Yeah, I mean, Tam Vapes just said that most coffees is burnt to them, and it's their palate. And I do reckon part of it is my palate, like you were saying, because some desserts, custards particularly, not a lot of them I can get on with. I just can't taste them right. They just taste kind of odd. So maybe that is what it is. But then, like I say, I've tried a lot of the milkshakes. Some of them I've tried. I've gone, wow, that is that smooth, milky creaminess that I want. Surely that can be transferred into a coffee. It's just not happened yet, So we'll see.
You just got to find the right. What you do is you take that milky creamy and you just find, like what he was saying there, you find the smooth Vape Train coffee and you put a little of that in what you already have there, and that will give you a touch of the coffee, and that should do it.
So obviously, you're not wanting a milkshake with an ice cream milkshake, then are you?
No, but that's the end of. I find that's the best way for me to try and describe the actual experience from it. Like the actual smooth milkiness of it is like some of the decent milkshakes you try. That's the only way I can kind of describe how creamy I want it to be.
Yeah, so I'm assuming if it was actually a proper in real life cup of coffee, it'd be like a quarter a cup of normal regular coffee Americano, then the rest of it topped up then with cream.
Yeah, I mean, kind of similar to like you say, like Chichi just go Costa. Yeah, exactly, like a Costa latte. That's pretty much. Yeah, that's pretty much it, really. I just find I'm sure there are people out there who've done it and mix it themselves, but I just find it's quite hard. You get a lot of these pre-made bottles that are lattes, but they're not really lattes. They're too strong on the coffee, and they've got that burnt taste to them, or they're too bitter. I'm just surprised by it, really.
Yeah,
I think there was a caramel, no, it was a honeycomb latte by Drip Hacks, but that was so sweet. It was like a Christmassy one, and it was way too sweet, really. But that was decent. That was decent. So
Right.
Albert
As well.
Valentini saying, do they not take an extra long steep to get rid of that burnt taste?
Coffees can be really, really long steeps. Some of them, especially if you just going for that. Well, it's more when you're going for that just straight coffee flavor. Coffees were the first things I chased down, and I have all my flavor notes, and I brought them up. And some of the things I've got down, it reminds me of me nan's stew at lunchtime on school break. That's Coffee Kona, is it? The TPA one? Oh, that was terrible. And I think the only one here I've got, which is actually I thought was two decent coffees. This is when I first was trying them, was the crispy coffee by Wonder Flavors I enjoyed, and the Brazilian coffee by Wonder Flavors I enjoyed.
Yeah, crispy coffee is good, but again, if you push that a little bit too high, that gets that burnt note as well.
Yeah. Well, I've got the coffee liqueur, so we'll try it with coffee liqueur. So the cream. What should we do for the cream?
I think the condensed.
Yeah,
Condensed milk.
Yeah, a little bit of condensed milk, and then mix that. Then, if you want really, really creamy, maybe drop a little bit of ice cream in there as well.
That'd be vanilla-y.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Drop a
vanilla
bit of
might
sweet cream in it.
Yeah, the vanilla might actually help smooth out some of those notes. The flat cap might get, it might help smooth out some of those burnt notes.
I've just forgotten what everybody said.
We're making a fruit salad.
Yeah.
We're talking about which kind of dressing to put in the coffee.
What's the last thing you remember?
Just while we're on, Mike Haynes just put a question in. I have a magnetic mixing machine. I typically mix my DIYs for 24 hours. I rotate my DIYs on the machine. Does the auto mixing reduce the steep time?
No, because all the mixing machine is doing is just making sure that it's nicely mixed together. Maybe a little bit more than just taking it and shaking it for 30 seconds. So rotating it around and mixing it for 24 hours shouldn't make any difference at all for me.
How
anyway,
about the heat that comes off
time.
the pump? Wouldn't
A very slight heat may do.
Yeah, I know people. One of the things while we're talking on this, I used to see in Facebook when I first started mixing, people talked about, I take my stuff, I mix it up, and I go put it in the glove box of my car when it's 90 degrees outside, and I leave it in the glove box for 2 days, pull it out, it's totally steeped, and I go on my merry little way. Or I set it on the register, and it warms it up, and does that work?
No, what happens is because the flavor compounds are actually quite volatile to heat, which is why we're always told to keep them somewhere dark and cool. When you're putting them in a hot environment like that, all it's actually doing is actually evaporating off a lot of the flavor compounds that are in there. So it tastes completely different to how it would off a shake because most of the flavor is evaporated.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But I know a lot of people used to put them on jigsaws and vibrate them. Rocky Tooney says he's got a paint shaker. I know that, what's that company down that does tobaccos and things like that? They're down in Sheffield way. They do they've got Indian names. I forgot what they're called. But someone did a tour of their thing and they have a shaker plate.
Was it like Chief Vapes or something?
No, it's a really old company. I can't think
By
of
Indian names, are you meaning like Indian names or?
Yeah,
Indian
it's like American
names?
Indian names.
Oh, American Indian.
Yeah,
names.
American
So
Indian
it's
names,
not like
not like
Indian. It's
Indian,
not like
Indian.
they enter the phone and say, "Yes, we're working on your PC."
Yeah, it's not like Steve.
Okay,
or
not those. Okay,
John.
yeah, from Omaha. Yeah.
yeah. No, it's I can't remember what they were called, but they went round there and they had shaker plates like that, and it shakes. And all that's doing is, like you say, shaking your molecules up to
Yep.
mix it better. Really.
Yeah, it's just giving it a good old
Yeah.
shake.
Yeah.
The only thing that I have found that does make a little difference is is using a homogenizer. That's because it's a high shear, so it's actually forcing those molecules together. Now, it doesn't make it instant. Once you've used it, you still have to leave some mixes a week or two after you've used the homogenizer anyway.
But does that not heat it up also?
Yeah, it does apply a little heat. You have to heat the VG up before it
Yeah.
goes in. I normally heat it up to 50 degrees and then put it
Right.
in.
So wouldn't that in turn
Yeah, like, it's a bit-
also kind of do your flavors the same way getting it into heat would?
No, I believe I believe it's 60 degrees and above actually starts affecting the volatile. So leaving it in your glove box in the car during
Yeah.
summer,
Summer.
it might
right.
it's
Oh
probably
yeah,
gonna
get
reach
over that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do you do that for all mixing? You warm your VG up?
It just makes it
Uh,
easier to mix.
No.
Only when I'm using the homogenizer, because
yeah.
otherwise heating it up just thins it out slightly. So the homogenizer will actually struggle with it if it doesn't get heated.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, yeah.
And the other thing is, if you heat it up, then what you have is, if you didn't wick right, boy, will it leak faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if you get VG nicotine 72. If you try and pour that out, it's
Oh, it's like glue.
yeah,
Yeah.
You've got. That's why I always get PG myself.
Yeah.
So because it's just easier to work with. It's
Yeah.
easier to work with. Just
Yeah, I mean the easiest thing to do is what we've always done is literally just do your
Steep it.
mix,
Yep.
give her a good
Set it.
shake, chuck her inside a cupboard or a drawer or wherever's dark and cool, and just leave it and just go back to it every couple of days and check to see. When it's tasting right to you, that's when it's steeped.
Yeah, Shrek Sport Eco Vape. One Eco Vape or Mirage. The one that got broke into. Can't remember what they were called. Rocky Tune is putting coffee liqueur VTA is one of my most used, second to cappuccino SC from FE. Guys, some of these you
I like the.
SE.
Well,
from FE.
I've just made a coffee quickly, just with sweet cream VTA and coffee liqueur VTA at 1% and 1%.
Tam Sports, she likes Vape Train Caramel Mocha for a coffee. I know it isn't coffee, but it works for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, the caramel mocha is quite nice. There are some chocolate notes to it as well.
Yeah, I mean, from the things I've tried, the ones that have had a bit of caramel in them, usually it does soften that. It does soften the coffee quite a bit. But then they become too sweet. I told you I'm difficult.
Yeah.
They put too much caramel in.
I released a while back a toffee hazelnut latte. You know the Nescafé pouches that you can get that you just add hot water to.
Yeah.
It tastes exactly like one of those.
Nescafe, not Nescaf.
Aluminum.
Yes.
Rollinson Boys just putting homogenizers aren't just used for mixing liquids, they vibrate other things as well. I don't know how he knows that.
Yeah. Well, yes.
Goat's milk, obviously.
Yeah.
That's what he's talking
Yeah,
about.
it must work on a
Yeah.
farm.
Yeah, he does.
So how's that turned out, Graham?
Coffee's really low. I'm not too sure if I like the liqueur.
So don't
It's
get
not
that, guys.
liquor, it's liqueur, Graham, so you probably don't like it.
Yeah, it does need a little bit of a steep, that mine.
Got it at 1%. Is that too low?
That's about right for the coffee liqueur.
I'm going to add some milk froth.
I'll just call up
Just
my
get
notes now.
Book of Wizardry out. We'll
Oh, yes.
Crazy.
Consult the Book of Armaments.
Rocky Tooney said he'd go 1.6 with coffee liqueur along with the cream. So bump it up a bit.
Yeah, if we're looking for a really low coffee note, though,
Yeah.
1% should be about right.
Yeah, we're looking for something where he knows it's there, but he can't taste
Well,
it. That's what we're looking for.
the milk froth has got a little coffee note in, hasn't it?
I didn't pick up on any coffee. in that milk froth at all.
Different palate.
A
Yeah.
little bit of love in it.
Push it to 1.2.
If anyone ever offers me a coffee, I'll go, "Can I have it strong and milky?" And they're like, "What? How can you have it strong and milky?"
I bet you're one of these that goes into Costa and you're in a nightmare, aren't you?
Oh no, I'm not that fussy.
I want a coffee a latte with skinny milk, and I want it whipped twice with chocolate on top. But then I want it put back in, and I want it whipping again.
And shake
It's like
'em up third.
asking. It's like asking for your eggs over easy, but not runny.
Yeah, you've got these two working tonight, Gaz. Tell
Yeah,
me.
one.
Should I put some ice cream in it? Throw some ice cream in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd put in some strawberry ice cream, some chocolate ice creams. I just put,
What about
in
some?
Neapolitan. And
Uncle
that'll
just said
do it.
any thoughts about putting some whipped cream in it? TPA. What about some vanilla swirl?
Yeah,
That's
that's
nice.
actually.
Vanilla
creamy,
swirl
innit?
would work.
I think
Okay,
vanilla
yeah.
sugar.
I want it too creamy. Joking.
I think if you put vanilla sugar in it, it'll do it.
Rocky Tooney
personally.
says you'll end up at 1.6.
Yeah.
I got 1.2.
Rocky's voting 1.6 real bad. You may as well go to it. He knows what he
Yeah.
he
Can we
does
have
it
any
all the
advances
time.
on 1.6?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for 1.2.
You got
Chris Hill?
Rocky Tooney's got a paddle up saying 1.6. It's like he's in an auction. He just keeps holding it up, you know.
Yeah, I've got it down as a background flavor of 1 to 2%. So
1.6.
I don't know whether 1.6 might be a little bit too strong though if we're just looking for
Well, we just bury it in
subtlest.
beans.
Yeah.
Flavor West vanilla bean ice cream. That would work, but only at like 2%.
Instead of the vanilla swirl.
All right,
Take care,
Mike.
Mike.
Catch you later. Thanks for dropping
Yeah.
in, buddy. Hope that helps with the mixing checker plate.
Can I ask you guys about custards as well?
Sure.
Because I'm not sure if you guys have ever seen any of my custard juice reviews, but
I have.
You don't like custard, do you,
I
mate?
finally found a custard he liked in a donut.
yeah, I genuinely struggle really bad with custard. I just don't get what other people say they get. You know, that authentic custard taste. I just never got it until very recently with one flavor. And I wondered whether it must be either a lot of people use the same type of custard, which I gather it is. And so I wish I knew what the one they're using in the one I like, because there's just been 99% of them just haven't got that experience from them.
A lot of the custard concentrates are actually made by American companies, and American custard is completely different to the UK custard. American custard is more like a vanilla pudding.
Oh yeah, okay.
That
So-
might be.
Also, a lot of the custards we use in DIY can't be used in commercial juices.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's a shame Bobo isn't here because he likes that juice as well.
Oh, okay.
And he,
He might know what.
I think what it is, you're tall, Bobo's tall, and I think your palate's just up higher than other people's,
Yeah.
and that's the reason that it tastes different to you.
altitude related custard.
Yeah,
problem.
right. It's an altitude thing. It's got to do with the fact that the air's thinner up where you're at, and your palate doesn't taste stuff the same as everyone else.
What sort of custard you looking for? Ambrosia or a bird's?
Yeah, just like a proper thick, authentic custard. And I just found a lot of them chemically they don't taste that kind of authentic taste, you know.
Mullenberry legendary custard is pretty much ambrosia.
Okay.
So that's what they may be putting in. But like I said, normally it were Cat V2. V1. Sorry,
Yeah.
Cat V1.
See,
Which
personally,
is
I
the
like
eggy
Inawera custard. That's
It's more eggy than it is anything else. There's a lot of new ones come out now, which is the TFA's Custard 2, Legendary Custard. You know, so if you're getting that different taste, if you're looking for that sort of ambrosia, that's where you might get off of that, where they're probably using Cat V2 or, you know, Custard V1 from TFA, which is a total different custard than what we're used to.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing. I was getting really worried because I tried so many, and I'm like, "What? I really like custard. So why aren't I not getting that flavor?" But
Yeah. So
yeah,
that's what it might be. That like I say, they're either using TPA custard, the version 1, and like say maybe a Capella V2 in it instead of the V1, because we used to use V1, which all changed because obviously it's got diacetyl.
that's it. Yeah, yeah,
You know.
yeah.
which makes
I
stuff
can't find
better.
I can't find my Flavor West.
It's to the west of you.
Yeah, look in the F's.
Try looking east
for-
then, if it's not west.
I'll try the
Yeah,
draw.
I tend to use a lot of FA custard premium or Inawera custard or legendary custard.
Yeah,
in
Inawera
my
custard
custom
I like.
mixes.
Yeah, Inawera custard's got, to me, it has a little bite to it that most of the other custards just don't have. I don't know what that little bite is in there, whether or not it's a little speck of cinnamon or something, but there's something in Inawera custard that gives me a little throat.
Yeah, I pick up some sort of biscuit off it.
Yeah, I think it's got to be something. You know, there is something they put in that besides the custard, but it's still, to me, my favorite.
Does a similar thing happen to you guys with any others like fruits? Do you find one fruit won't come through the same? Obviously, they come through differently, but do you find there's some flavors you don't get on with, but then another brand was exactly what you're after? It's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of them, every flavor
Yeah.
that you can think of. If you like a flavor and you come up with 5 or 6 different companies that make it, you may find that 4 of them, you're like, nah, that's not it. These 2 are, you know.
Banana
I
for
mean-
me. Banana. I find it really hard to find a really nice banana flavour.
Oh, banana's a really tough one anyway.
Guava.
That must be a nightmare. 'Cause if you're making a mix, you've got an idea for what you want to make, and then you've got whatever banana flavor you're using, and and you could work and work and work on it until however long down the line you go, oh, it must be this brand of banana that I'm just not.
That's why I do a lot of single flavor testing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's the only way you're going to find out which one you're going to like is, like, say, do single flavour testing.
Yeah.
Benji keeps saying, try some vape mate custard, $2.99 for 10 mil.
The other thing that you'll find is it's like I can read Liam's notes and he may put in the notes, I get this, I get that, I get whatever else. But you have to generally find somebody else whose palate kind of works in conjunction with yours, because I may take something that he's got in his notes. I taste this, I get this, I get this, and I may try it and think, I don't get any of that. Because each one of us have different. And that's the other thing is I think the US, if you're listening to or vaping along the lines of people in the US, we taste things differently because we've been eating as a small child up to now these foods, and you've been eating these, and your palate's going to be different because of just what you're used to tasting and what you think of when you think of things.
Mm.
Graham said he goes into coffee fits with custards. Some custards, when I've vaped them for a while, commercial custards, I get a bit shortness of breath after a while.
That's because you're old.
Yeah, no, I can feel it. Just sort of
You're vaping too fast. It's your arm.
Probably because I'm, yeah. Rocky Tune.
There may be
Wendy?
you may have a very slight sensitivity to diacetyl.
It might be, yeah. It's just some do it, some don't. Do you know what I mean? So that's why it must be something in it that, like I say, maybe they've put V2 in it, V1 in it when I've, because like in short fills now you can get them, like Digby's mum's custard. You know, there's still, you can still get it in it. So yeah. Uck says he's like that with what you on about, guys, with different flavours, pears, he's a bit of a one. Rocky Toonies must drop it, just mention it, he's done a coffee one. Do you want to bring that up?
Yeah, it's on VC, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't like my coffee. I don't like that one. I just mixed.
Can you remember
but that
the name of
doesn't
it?
mean that Gaz won't like it.
Well, that's the reason why I put it as coffee one. I'll send it to him.
When they,
what was it called? Sorry, Benny.
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find. Rocky, put it in what it's called, if you would, please.
Or just put in the, well, you can't,
Mek's saying, I need to try a custard recommendations. Has Nevin's got ease up on
Yeah.
ELR?
Yeah.
Do you want to bring that one up as well for Mek?
Yeah, what one was that? Sorry.
Well, we'll do
Ambrosia.
the Ambrosia one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll bring that up now.
So this is the famous Nick Nevins.
Has
He
you
hasn't
got the
been in for a
bumper?
while.
You got the bumper?
I can play the bumper if you want. I haven't played it for a while if you want.
Oh, it's bumper.
We love a bumper.
Yes.
Bumpers for mixers.
Yes.
We need to do a big show where it's just every reviewer's bumpers.
Yeah.
Trust me, I know I'm good at this stuff.
So there you go, that's the famous Nick Nevins bumper. What it was is, when we did the show, I never had bumpers for anything on this show because it's not different sections. But then I got bumpers for mixers. We're all putting hashtag bumpers for mixers, so I did everybody a bumper.
Pam says if she vapes a high percent of Liquid Barn ice cream, she gets a tightness in her chest. But I think she just basically is wearing the wrong size bra.
But you know what I think of Liquid Bar's ice cream, so...
Yeah, I know. You get a tightness in your chest when you vape Liquid Barn ice cream too, don't you? And your head and your mouth all puckers up.
Rocky Mocha in the hood, apparently.
Rocky's Mocha in the hood.
Rocky's Mocha.
And wouldn't it be in the hood? Shouldn't that be DA instead of
Yeah.
THE? Yeah. Rocky's Mocha in the hood.
In the hood. Mandalorian.
Larry. Larry, what's going on?
I'm calling that one up now. I've found the other one of Rockies as
Michelle
well.
Hughes saying, OMG, my chickens are going to be the death of me.
And from what I heard on the news the other day, they could be, because they said everybody here has chickens in their backyard now, and they're trying to raise, a couple of chickens or whatever. And then they go out and they hold them up and they kiss them, and then they put them back down and everything because they're all cute and puddly. But you can get salmonella from them, and these salmonella cases are popping up all over the place because people are raising chickens. So they could be the death of you, Michelle. Don't kiss them.
Right, so I've got those recipes all queued up, ready to go.
Yeah, when you're ready.
All right.
Okay, I'll share screen on Mocha in the Hood first. So this is Mocha in the Hood from Rocky Tooney. So it's 1.6% coffee liqueur, 1% milk by Flavor Art, 1% milk and honey by Flavora, 0.6% mocha coffee by Sobucky, and 4% vanilla ice cream by Liquid Barn. So it's coffee ice cream.
Ooh.
Looks like a really nice mix with the milk there and the vanilla ice cream. It's going to be more of a soft serve ice cream, and with the milk and honey will darken it up a little bit. That milk and honey's also got a little bit of a coffee note to it as well, so that will work quite well with the mocha coffee and the coffee liqueur.
Oh, okay.
Looks like a really nice recipe, only 8.2% as well. And then the next one, oh yeah, go on, sorry.
No, I was just going to say, Simon Arden's just putting, try some daily vapes.
Simon's just put a good one for me to try. Yeah, thanks, that Simon. I'll try that out.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. He's just put in from Daily Vapes. It's their mocha.
I've tried 25. One more won't hurt.
Yeah. Sorry, go on. Well, you put that other one up while we're talking.
Yeah, so we've got Coffee and Kareem, another one by Rocky Tooney, which is Cappuccino SC, available from Bull City. So it might be a little bit hard for us to get in the UK.
Might.
1% FA creme fraiche and 2% creamy milky undertone.
That sounds really light, doesn't it? Just from those flavors, that sounds really.
Yeah, that's going to be sort of what you're after, I think. Yeah, that's going to be a nice creamy coffee.
Yeah, your only problem is going to be sourcing that Bull City Flavors cappuccino there.
Yeah,
I can get it. I can, and basically I can just kind of email it to you.
Yeah. Coffee and Carem.
So we got a review on this one as well. So someone else has been enjoying that one. Reminds them of an iced coffee drink.
I think Pete.
Yeah.
I think Live Lounge have got a coffee. They've got their own coffee. I think they coffee beans. Pete, you've got one on Live Lounge, haven't you? A coffee flavour. Apparently, it's same as cappuccino FE.
Yes, but is it strong but milky?
No, that's what it's on about. Bill City he said that it's it says being told it's same as cappuccino FE. Is a Bull City one. Have you got Nevin's Custard up?
Yep, I'm just dropping these ones into chat at the moment, and then I can share Nevin's Custard.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting to that point with with coffees and custards that I'm guessing for my palate I've got to be very particular on what I'm using. Oh, it's clearly the issue.
Yeah, so I can call up Nevin's Custard now. So there's Nick Rosier Custard.
So yeah, this is for Mech. So you got Custard Premium, Devon Cream, Legendary Custard, Super Sweet, and Sugar Cookie.
Of course.
Yeah, it's a nice, really creamy custard. This one. If you're after the ambrosia experience, this will be really close.
That need a good steep as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most custards you're looking at about 4 weeks. Try it off a shake though, because you might enjoy it off a shake. I enjoy a lot of custards off a shake.
Okay.
And one more to share. Gotta stop sharing a second and then pop back in because my little share screen button messes me up with my tabs. And then the final one, which is one of mine, because it'd be wrong if I didn't chill one of mine.
Yeah, that's all.
It's just the toffee nut latte that I was saying about earlier. So the Lotta Latte is really nice creamy coffee as well. It's more of a one shot as opposed to a flavor. It's a blend, as the OSDIY call it. At 2.5%, it's not very strong because a lot of people use that up at 5-6%. Right. And then Arabica coffee is Arabica beans. So it's quite a strong coffee, but it's really strong in the concentrate as well. Use it up too high, you get it tastes like you've got a mouthful of dirt.
Oh, so you only need a tiny amount, yeah.
Yeah, so only 0.25% just to boost up some of those coffee notes in the Lotta Latte. Then creamy hazelnut, hokey pokey ice cream, and the vanilla swirl. Then all create the cream in the background. Hokey pokey ice cream you can't get anymore, but you can use the Vape Train toffee ice cream. It's pretty much identical to me.
Michelle, you said my favourite coffee in there, Lotta Latte. So that might be what you say. You might want to get some of that, guys.
Oh, definitely. I'm gonna have to watch this on replaying,
so you can take notes
and then write them down and stuff.
That's right. Well, that's the other thing. If I'd started actually mixing myself properly and trying to figure this out a year ago, by now I might actually have got somewhere. But,
no, you'd still be chasing it. Trust me. That's basically what happens in this damn community. Is you start out chasing it, and then you just chase it and chase it, and then
yeah. Lotta Latte is nice though. That concentrate.
I'm assuming that I don't drink coffee, so I don't know what the different coffees are because I just don't like coffee in general. So I don't know when you're saying, I don't know, is a latte not as strong as like a cappuccino?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
So you're looking at stuff like the Vape Train Arabica would be more in line with your Americano, so just a straight up black coffee.
Right.
But using Arabica beans instead of Robusta beans.
The
Arabica beans are a little bit stronger tasting. a little bit more full flavored than the Robusta. Robusta is used in quite a lot of things like your Nescafe. See, I got it right this time, Bill.
Nescafe, yes. Yeah.
Your Nescafe
Yes.
powdered coffee and things like that will be Robusta. And then your lattes are creamy. So they're the ones that you'd actually see with the milk froth on top. Then mochas are the ones with chocolate.
Yeah.
Cappuccino is a little bit like a latte, but not quite as much milk, and there's sprinkle of chocolate on the top.
I've done well. I'll put this in your coffee pack. Big, and if it looks like it's going to be a coffee and custard pack, so I'll put that in as well.
Oh, cool.
Martin Burt said Liam's creamy custard base on the LR is a good one.
Thanks, Marty.
Have you
Yeah,
got custard base?
I'll show mine. This is the second coffee, which I much prefer. So, cream, milk, and vanilla ice cream as the base, and roasted pecan and cream for the coffee. It's just peeking through all the creaminess, and that will remind you. If pretend you didn't see the roasted pecan and creams, I'll just say it's coffee, and you'll convince yourself it's coffee.
We talked about this before, guys. A lot of things. You know, when you see a description on an e-liquid and it says tastes like, you know, from the southern islands of Jamaica, it's a pineapple and thing, and then you taste it and you're like, oh, it does taste like, but then you realise it's nothing to do with what that flavour is. It's suggestion. That's what we're on about. It's bending it to do other things.
Yeah.
You know, so you can bend some flavours to actually taste like something else.
Yeah, because you look at that and go pecan and think nuts. Oh, I don't want nuts in it, but actually, it's that depth it's taken in. Yeah.
When you get a vape that the bottle just says strawberry, then and you taste it, then you're okay. But if somebody starts writing this paragraph about, oh, it's a delicate blending in coming through the clouds, make your feet float, and all, then they're just messing with you. You know.
What's the best way to try? Like, if you buy an individual concentrate, what's the best way to test that? Mix it is a recommended percentage depending on.
Go on to e-liquid recipes and type in the name of the flavor on there and call it up, and there'll be other people's notes on there, and it'll also tell you the median mix percentage.
Okay.
So that's the percentage that people use it in a mix.
Yeah.
And mix it up at that percent.
Okay. Yeah.
As you get a little bit more experience, you'll start finding that you'll be able to smell them and figure out a starting percentage from there. But going on ELR and picking up the median mix percentage is the best way to start out with them.
A lot of people start at like 2% and work their way up. You know, if you smell it and it smells really chemically, then you're not going to put it too high. You're going to drop it down a little bit. You know,
see, what happened with me was about 3 years ago, I started mixing and I didn't really do much research. I just bought a load of stuff that sounded good. Started making small 10ml bottles of different things. Got a few that I thought were quite good. I had one that was like a rainbow candy and a few that I thought, well, you know, they're on the right lines. So I never really followed any recipes. And then I had this 100ml bottle of a watermelon concentrate and I dropped the whole thing on my lap.
Oh.
And my farts smelled like watermelon for weeks. It was great. But it stunk my whole room out and I just got fed up. And then I was getting leaking bottles and I just thought, I can't be doing this. But yeah, because of this coffee thing, I'm starting to, I do think it's probably worth me giving it a try, or at least learning and understanding a bit more. And it would help with actually like juice reviews and things as well, I think.
Yeah, it does.
The other thing there is depending on what flavors you bought and what you got, because where you were talking about before is when I first started, I bought my kit at Liquid Barn and I got all Liquid Barn flavors. And then once I got them and I started mixing stuff and I started talking to people in the vaping community, I was thinking, I mix like shit. And then I found out, no, you're using Liquid Barn flavors. There's only like 2 of them that are any good. And then I found out I can still mix like shit with good flavors, but that's neither here nor there. But basically, sometimes it's what you're using as well. Where you were talking about earlier, if you've got 5 different companies make the same one, you may have got the wrong one to start
Yeah,
for you.
what one of the case in point is there's a company out there that has a waffle. I've probably named them so many times, so I'm not going to do it again. But they got a
Oh,
waffle.
do it again.
Yeah, go on. It's a Flavora waffle for me. Tastes like cream of chicken and mushroom soup.
Pretty good. I may
Whereas
try that.
Molenberry classic Belgian waffle is on the opposite end of the scale and tastes just like a fluffy Belgian waffle that just come off the waffle iron.
It's strange, isn't it? But yeah.
So we just had Mick dropping. He's doing a bit of shilling. I'm 69 away from 1,000. So he says,
Yeah.
if you aren't subscribed, subscribe. Hit
Yeah.
the notification bell.
So please subscribe, Fleck.
Bill Bro gave you a call out to try and get people to subscribe as well.
I was his first subscriber.
Oh,
Yeah.
were you? Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
fanboy. We've got a fanboy in the house.
One of the
Oh,
first
yes, we
people,
do.
one of the first persons to talk to me when I went to the expo as well. You and TVP.
Yeah.
I will like that. I like that.
Yeah.
He's also putting Amatona is being released this Friday. If you enjoy a lovely e-liquid, you can also try TVP's new e-liquid.
Yeah, I got that.
So Andy does concentrates. That's the other thing, and they've got some good deals on that. You can get his concentrates. I think it's 3 for £25, which I don't think that's bad for
Yeah,
make
no, I
150
think
mil.
it's NV10 gets you 10% off as well.
Shh, we're not allowed to mention. It's only for Nature Vape Show. Apparently, we're not allowed to
right.
mention.
Is it? Try
NV50.
NV15, try NV20, and try NV25. I got 15% off the Nest doing that. He goes, use NV10 for the 10% discount. I went, NV15.
Brilliant.
Martin Burke said my biggest noob mistake was using syringes at the start.
Yeah, it's well worth getting a scale.
Yeah.
And in the long run, it's less messy.
Yeah. I don't know. When you were doing it, were you using syringes?
I was, yeah, and then right near the end, I done it by weight.
Yeah.
But,
It's
yeah.
a lot easier to do by
I know
weight.
people that still swear by syringes, but there's very few and far between. Most people prefer to scale, but there are people who mix well and use syringes. So I mean,
Yeah.
it can be done, but it's an art. Yeah.
It comes down to personal preference as well.
Well, you need thousands of syringes as well. I suppose.
Yeah, you've got to, I use a syringe to syringe my nicotine out, so I measure it twice, so I just make sure I get the right amount of nicotine. So I syringe it onto a scale, and then I check the syringe, and then I check the weight, and then if they both match, figure I've got a half a chance of being right.
Yeah.
Rocky Tony's put in, I tried a ton of commercial coffee vapes back when I started. I used to mix a couple together. Guess that's how I started DIY. Yeah, a lot of people start off just adding different proper e-liquids together. I think, well, that's quite nice.
Yeah, mine started with Heisenberg and Pinkman being mixed together.
All right.
Ooh.
I think it was like 15% Heisenberg and 10% Pinkman or something like that.
There you go.
I've never had either of them. Never had Heisenberg, never had Pinkman.
I used to vape them a lot when I first started vaping, and I just don't like them now.
You're not a proper vapor if you've never had Heisenberg.
Yeah, no,
I'm not a proper vapor.
Yeah. Thing is, I used to do iBreathe, not Vampire Vape, because obviously when I started, you could get Vampire Vape. I used to use iBreathe, so I used to use that, which, like I say, there weren't that many Vampire Vape around by where I was. It was all iBreathe, and I use that. And most of them were just single flavors. Strawberry. I used to like vanilla, and I used to like strawberry. Once asked for the vanilla, and they gave me a blackjack, and I didn't look at it. I popped it in my tank, and then went, "Oh fucking hell!"
There we go. I've done you 3, which I'll send to you, which is the coffee 1. See if you like that. Coffee 2. Which
Can't
is
see, Graham. Lift it up. We can't see below camera.
the coffee 1.
Which is not gonna, but just says coffee one, so
Yeah,
you're not showing us anything.
Well, that's the one I've made before. That's the 1.6% coffee liqueur with the vanilla swirl and the other thing in it.
So really, Graham, you're going to have
Really
to tell
get
him what's in them so he knows. Unless he's going to
Okay.
try them and then come back to you and say what was in this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yeah, if he
we'll-
likes
we'll
them, he
tell
can
him.
get back with Graham and say, "Can you remember what was in that?" Graham's like, "No, it was a day and a half before my juice line released, and I don't remember
well,
anything."
Yeah, you've got other
and-
things on your plate.
Some what cafe love. See if you like that.
Ooh. Oh, thank you, mate. Well, don't send them yet because I'll make an order on Friday and then you can just chuck them in with that if you wouldn't
Okie
mind.
doke.
McTavish quit smoking on Heisenberg. I think a lot of people quit smoking on Heisenberg, didn't they?
Heisenberg.
Yeah, the thing run by me when you went into a vape shop to actually stop smoking was they'd always recommend that you started off on fruits or menthol, so something as far away from cigarettes as you possibly get, so that when you actually got that craving, when that craving hit, and then you broke down and you had a cigarette, you go, "Oh, that tastes horrible,"
Yeah.
and then you pick up the fruit vape again.
Right.
Yeah.
What get me is when they turn around and say to you, "How many you smoke?" You tell them and they say, "Oh, you got to try a 24." And it fucking hell, man, it blew my head off.
Yeah.
I did
I
24.
I started
when
off
I
on-
started. Yeah.
I was on Element vapes, a watermelon chill, 12 milligrams. But
I did
um,
I did a 24 and then an 18, and an 18 was in cinnamon fireball.
It's strange what gets you off, though, isn't it? Not literally gets you off, but I mean,
Yeah.
what gets you off of smoking? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah, Rocky's just put
Yeah.
Space Jam. Are they still around? Space Jam?
Don't think they are. I've not seen Space Jam for years.
They were one of the big brands, really.
Yeah,
going
yeah,
back
yeah.
A few years.
Yeah.
I came off with just plain blackcurrant. That's it.
CJ?
Just blackcurrant from Asda.
So have you cloned it yet then, Graham?
Well, last week.
As the black currant, have you cloned it?
No, it's I can't remember who does it. It comes in a black little box, and I can't get close to it, and it annoys the hell out of me. It's just a plain blackcurrant, and I bet it's just one concentrate.
Graham, did before the whole mixing and vaping and stuff, did you have any knowledge or experience in anything to do with this kind of stuff, like flavors and?
No, I've altogether I've had in 14 commercial juices. That's it. That's all I've had. So I don't know really what commercial juices are like. So I'm kind of going in blind that way.
So, but before you started vaping, mixing flavors and all that kind of stuff, you
I can make
weren't.
a chili.
He did EVC's custard.
Oh,
Right.
that was that. No, it was the pink custard, the one with the little jam roly poly in and stuff like that. But it was the first week of me giving up vaping, and I had no taste buds, so I was just
Giving up vaping.
giving up
Giving up vaping.
smoking. I had no idea. I couldn't taste it.
Graham's releasing his juice line and he's going back to smoking. What's that tell you?
Because I try to tell you that, they were all having a go that a lot of these juice companies, they were outside having a fag.
Oh, yeah.
Extras.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, it's terrible. It's crazy. Isn't it?
The reason I started mixing, one, to save money, and two, to make sure I stay off the cigarettes, to make it a hobby. I wasn't really interested in the tech side, so all I did was just have mixing show after mixing show after mixing show, just constantly behind a browser, just going and going and going for at least about half a year.
Okay.
And it just things started. The stuff I was making for the first half a year. Oh, I was
kinda
like, it
I'm
was
still making.
terrible. It was really, really terrible. And then suddenly it just clicks. It really just clicks.
Yeah, I suppose that's the beauty of these kind of shows. Then is you kind of cutting out half of the effort, but there's still, it's such a vast category. You're gonna come across a load of hiccups, aren't you, along your way?
Well, even with these shows, somebody would recommend a recipe and everything like that. You taste it, you just go, what?
Yeah.
That's not what they said it was.
Yeah, it's individual. It still comes down to individual taste, you know.
Scuba, he's just putting a whole pan of sausage. Only
Scuba.
Bill speaks good English.
Are you saying aluminum now?
Yes.
Aluminum.
And Nescafe?
Yes. Nescafe and aluminum. I'm getting them there, Scuba.
Getting us
We
there.
do
We're getting
that.
us there.
Yeah.
Graham, Benji's after a menthol from you.
A menthol of potion. I have been messing around with menthols.
That's what it's after. And Zippy's just come in with French vanilla thick wonder flavours. I don't know where that's come from.
I'm assuming pairing with coffee
Yeah.
All right.
because it would pair well with coffee.
Have you had Aiden on? Aiden's been on before, hasn't he?
Yeah, we
Yes,
came on
yes.
the charity one that we did for Vaping.
He was
Trucker.
looking for a mint.
He wants, as he would say, a spearmint.
Spearmint.
Spearmint. Yes.
Spearmint.
I'm sorry.
We worked
Yes.
out that it's a Wrigley's double gum sort of
Yeah.
flavour as well.
Once.
Oh, right.
That's what we worked out on.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
because I was listening to him, and he always going on about this spearmint, and I said to him, "What do you want?" And he's like, "I want a spearmint." Yeah, but what spearmint?
It's like some Mekiyatsu or some company.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Something like that. Yeah. And he sounds like I said to him before, it's like I'm going through that with coffee and he's going through that with this spearmint.
Yeah.
Trying to find that flavour. It's funny, isn't it? But yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah, we came up with that he wanted a bubble. It's like a chewing gum. So we came up
Right.
with a recipe for that. I don't know if he's done it. Like, we'll come up for
So he's wanting a sweet spearmint.
yes.
Yes.
So we sort of looked at that. That's what I gathered. We're listening to shows that he's on, and he's talking about it. It was that chewing gum, not
Yeah.
a bubbly, but a chewing gum.
Chewing gum, yeah. Yeah.
You know. So
You've been after a coffee for a long time. I've just realised I've got a coffee here called Flatcap Coffee from May the 6th, 2020.
See, there you go. At least a year ago, we've been talking about it.
Yeah.
All right.
So I tried to make you one back then, but I don't know why it's not published or I never sent it to you.
Because you didn't like it. See,
Yeah, 'cause
that's
you
your
tasted it
problem
anyway,
is
'cause
you
it's
make
shit.
it, you don't like it, so you're figuring, well, he's not going to like it, but he's going to like it because his palate's up higher.
That was it from May the 6th, 2020 at midnight.
Yeah, so he was drunk at a little past 12 and he put something together for you.
There you go. See, I'm not lying, everyone. That's it. I've been trying to figure this out for a long time now.
but you've done the same again, Graham. You've used roasted pecan cream.
Yeah, well, I do like that as a coffee flavour.
Hmm.
So it's got the milky undertone, it's got the cream as well in there, and I thought I'd put the caramel in and the cap French vanilla for the vanilla-y taste. I've got no idea why I put meringue in there.
That was the 12:26.
That was the 26 minutes past.
That was the last minute. I'll just stick a bit of meringue in it.
Yeah.
Meringue.
Stick a little bit of meringue in there.
You can't tell you what it tastes
Liam
like.
would know. You should have had Liam read it. He would have told you why you put the meringue in there. He always
No,
tells you
he-
why you put stuff in.
Even I'm confused with the meringue.
I think that was the time when I did Pudd's Puffs banana, where I
Oh, right.
made him a deep fried banana, and I had a go at spearmint as well.
But Tommy saying Elements Frost is like old school polo mints.
I think I've had that before, actually.
Mm. That Polar Mints is the biggest seller in Bobo shop.
Yeah, he said that. Yeah, polo mint. Yeah, quite well.
Really big seller in his shop.
And it's strange how different areas like different e-liquids.
Yeah.
Because I remember Yorkshire Vapor were on about that a lot of flavours that they release up here don't sell down south.
It's the palate. It's probably they probably eat different foods down south than you do. I mean, I know here the palate in Southern America is different than the palate would be, say, in Northwest America. or
It's
whatnot.
jelly deals versus
Loose milk.
Yorkshire puds.
That's it. It's chips and gravy or chips and curry sauce, isn't it?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's the difference between jelly deals and tripe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather the jelly deals, to be honest.
You're talking about when you first went in a vape shop, and then they would always suggest, what do you what do you vape or whatever else. Here, when you went into vape shop, they would always try to steer you toward a tobacco flavor to get you off cigarettes. And then you taste it and you think, man, this shit is just nasty. And I can't vape. And then you throw it and you'd go on. It was just, they steered everybody in the wrong direction. I mean, I know a lot of people that whenever they first went to a vape shop, they would suggest, well, you've been smoking, here's a tobacco.
Yeah, and this is why it's exactly so important that actual flavors exist beyond tobacco.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, looks like Netherlands are going through it now, aren't they? The flavors.
Yeah, it don't help when ooze coming out with their bollocks, does it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's Southern Milk?
Southern milk and honey, popular down south.
It's milk that you get out of cows that are from south part of America.
They're a cross between a cow and a beef.
different than the
Or
cows. The cows in Wisconsin put out different tasting milk than the ones in, say, Alabama do. That's Southern milk. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, I'm just thinking he's making
Well, sounds like one, really.
I'm sitting there and going, oh no, he's doing a bill.
Well, yeah. Well, right. So the taste different in different
I
areas.
mean, I'm
Must be the
just
grass.
grasping at straws like the rest of you. That's all.
I was going to go into my wife in a minute and go, did you know cows in Alabama?
Oh,
I
yeah,
did-
yeah.
Where is it? I mixed. What did I mix up this week? I mixed up something that Creed made.
All right, yeah.
I'll find it. It's on Vaping Community.
Honey cows, Rocky says.
No, that Mr. Roboto, I had to make a sub. I made exactly the same mistake that I've made 3 times now.
Why? What did you do?
I used the sweet cheesecake.
And you had some cheesecake.
And I haven't got it.
You haven't got it.
No, I thought I bought it last time. And I still haven't got it.
I think that's an omen that you're not supposed to put the yes we cheesecake in there.
Yeah, I've actually written it down on my board now, so I know I need to order it next time.
If you don't know what we got pissed on Christmas doing vodka and flavors. Oh, mate, it's great. You have to come
Oh, I
on for
missed
that.
that. I was meant to watch
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
You'll have to come on when we do that. You get some, what is it? Get some vodka and then put it in. But they didn't tell me till about halfway through the show, put some super sweet in it. Oh, man.
Yeah.
It just tastes totally different. So I got a little bit pissed and started putting yes sweet cheesecake and then started talking French.
Yes.
Yes, sweet cheesecake. I fell
It's
off a
vodka
chair.
with yes we cheesecake and super sweet.
Well, you just put in like a small amount of concentrate in with vodka then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch the show. You'll be amazed.
Yeah, it doesn't work well with gin.
No, yeah, you didn't work with gin. He went on gin for some bizarre reason.
Graham did message me saying, "I'll make sure you got some of your Code Red concentrate on you for the show, so you can mix some vodka." But I must have missed it.
It's because I can't drink vodka, and I happen to have a bottle of gin. I don't even like gin. I just drunk a bottle of gin that night.
If you were a friend of Graham's, he would have sent you some on Christmas because he sends little things of those to people that he likes on
I
Christmas.
make about 20 up and then send them all to the family. Here you go. I'm just going to show the recipe. Here we go. And it's Creed salty cream. Don't let it put you off. It's like it's really thick, creamy caramel, and the licorice is there as really kind of aftertaste. It reminded me of the kind of the toffee, the caramel reminded me of the stuff that my nan used to make.
Right, yeah.
Is it kind of not bonfire toffee? The toffee at bonfire nights.
Yeah, bonfire toffee.
Is it bonfire toffee?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it worked out quite well. I think I vaped about half of it. And at first, I was like, I don't like licorice. I don't like licorice.
I'd be like that because I don't like.
Yeah,
licorice
I'd
at
just
all.
leave
Well-
the licorice out. I would
Yeah.
put the rest of the stuff in. I'd leave it out and I'd vape it.
Oh, it really grew on me as I was vaping it because I wasn't too sure at first, but it's the licorice which makes it.
Right.
Otherwise, it would just be a normal caramel cream, but that licorice just
Sounds good to me.
tastes it.
Uck's just put in, tobacco flavours, the only flavours being allowed after the flavour ban in Netherlands. Got more news on it, but you don't want to get mad, which is fair enough, mate. And Mark H just saying, how about a jelly deals and tripe juice as a charity show, Frank? I don't think that'd go down well.
Oh. Yeah.
Right, so we are coming up to that time. It is 26 minutes past 10. That has gone really, really quick. It's flawless, that.
Yeah, it has.
So we will go around and say our goodbyes and start wrapping this up. So we will start with Bill.
Seems like we always start with Bill, but that's
All right,
fine.
we'll start
'cause
with
that way
Liam
I
then.
can just
Liam.
catch Liam on OGA. Catch Liam. You can also see Liam at Twisted Messes. You can get his one-shots. You can get him at DIY Flavor Chasers. You can also get him at Chefs. You can also catch Liam on his Facebook page, and you can find him at Monkey on Juice.
Cloud Sugar.
All right, I'll pass it to Liam.
Thanks, Bill. As Bill said, you can get my one-shots at Chef's Flavors and Twisted Imagination, as well as Sherlock Holmes, and also from DIYFlavorChaser.com as Sherlock Holmes. You can catch me on OGA on a Wednesday night at midnight, and the Vaping Community Show at 11 p.m. on a Saturday night, as well as this show every Wednesday. You can find me on most of the DIY Facebook groups. You can also hit me up on my Facebook page, Sherlock Holmes Mixing. And I will pass you back to Bill.
Well, thanks, Chad. We appreciate everybody's input. You guys have been great today, as always. It's nice putting in recipes and percents and to try to help our guests out. And thanks, Flatcap, for making this appearance. I mean, you really do exist.
You're
And
dead to us, really.
I will.
Yeah.
I will. I will throw it down to Graham.
Okay, thank you, Liam. You can get your Liam's one-shots on DIY Flavor Chasers. Along with my one-shots. You can catch us on Monkey on Juice. Come and join Monkey on Juice. It's been a bit quiet on there recently, but if you need any help, there's me, Liam, Nick's there, Bobo's there. The show's there to just put funny memes up. And if you want to try some commercial juice, just put Amatorium into Google and it will appear at the top. Right at the top, just by one word, right at the top. There's a reason why it's called Amatorium. And the first review is out on Nomad Vapor's channel. So if you want to see what he thinks of it, pop over to Nomad Vapor. I haven't seen it yet.
You nervous?
Yeah. And I'll pass it over to Flatcap.
You should have called it U.K.E-liquid, then you'll be in the top of the yellow pages as well.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it coming on. It's been really good. I've really enjoyed it. Definitely an education as well. So thank you to all four of you for all your knowledge and experience. It's much appreciated. Best of luck to you, Graham, with the juice line, mate. Best of luck. I'm sure you'll do absolutely fine. And thank you to everyone in chat for your suggestions. Hopefully, at some point, I'd love to have some kind of line out myself. But yeah, I've spent a lot of time on just getting to this point, and I'm still nowhere any closer. So hopefully we'll get there. So yeah, thanks so much.
Yeah, no problems. I suppose you can pass it back to Bill if you want.
Well,
Yeah, you can also check out Liam on Facebook.
Right, so thank you very much, everybody in chat. It's been absolutely fantastic. You keep the show going with all your questions and joining in chat. It's really good. Like I say, don't forget to check out Monkey on Juice, which is a Facebook group for this show. Also, don't forget to check out Andy at Best Sig Liquid. Do use Bank Holiday. Is it Bank Holiday?
Bank Holiday.
Yeah, Bank Holiday gets 30% off.
30.
Just in the comments, put Vape Show and you'll get a free short fill. We are going to have a giveaway. We have got some concentrates sent through, which I will talk about. I missed them today, or I'll talk about today, but we will talk about them on next Wednesday, and we will be giving some concentrates away for you. So look out for that. Don't forget to check out Liam later on at 12 o'clock on OGA and also on a Saturday. Don't forget to check out his one-shots. There's a list of one-shots that have been coming up in the chat for the other mixers that have been on. So there's Zippies, there is Nevans, and there's also a couple of others on there. So do check them out. Pick up some one-shots. You can find Bill on on Sunday night on the Late Night Vape Show. Check them out just after us on NUVS at 10:30. Big one is have a look at Amatorium on Friday and do try some of Graham's e-liquids. Like I say, check them out, see what like, show him some love. Crash his site, just buy everything.
Yeah.
And then he'll panic a bit and then he'll start.
Run him out of stuff, so he's like, I've got to make more. I'm going to have to hire people.
Got to keep him busy. Thank you very much, Gaz, for coming on, mate. If you don't already know who he is, his link's been coming up. He is a reviewer on here, and he does. Are you doing a 30-minute show? You've got Blazing on this week, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got my own correspondent in the field. Yeah. First
So
time ever.
you do your news stuff as well, a quick news kind of show as well, which is good.
Yeah, so go check him out. He does put bits and pieces up every now and again. He's dead to us, really. We only got him on just to make sure he was alive.
Yeah.
I'm alive.
Yeah.
Still going.
So join us again next Wednesday, same time, same channel, and we'll see you all later. Thank you. Oh, don't
Thanks,
forget,
everybody.
#Replay Ranger.
Don't forget to check Liam out at all those places.